Okay, for today's recipe you will need 1 lemon, some garlic, although we'll probably only use 3 cloves, coriander, which is the sauce we're going to make, and Himalayan crystal salts, which I've ground, and the base will be cashews. Now we could use almonds, but I generally use cashews. Cashews are the nut with the highest carbohydrate rating. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of The Art Patient. Like I say, if you've just come out of hospital, if you're about to go into hospital, never fear, The Art Patient is here. Here I am in today's episode. I'm going to be giving you an alternative recipe for sauces. Sauces can become a problem with your diet after you've had heart disease or you've been diagnosed with a heart related problem. Sauces, a lot of sauces today, the manufacturers are using rapeseed oil. Now I did a video on rapeseed oil and as the ingredient in 70 to 80% of sauces these days. And I did a video on that and it's not good. Rapeseed rapes your heart and you should avoid it at all cost. Okay, it causes heart dysfunction, it's an inflammatory. Now, what can you do? Well, there are alternatives. You can make your own sauces. And a very special sauce I've been making for some years now is coriander sauce. Now you can also switch to coriander for other herbs like parsley if you're going to eat it with fish, right? I also do a parsley version of this. But this coriander, something great about coriander is the fact that it has the ability, coriander, what a lovely smell. Coriander has the ability to cleave heavy metals from the body. Now, we don't associate our bodies being full of heavy metals, but they are full of tiny little particles of metal that should not be there, and toxins. The beauty of coriander sauce that I make is it has the ability to pull that from the body. That's the beauty of this sauce. Okay, without further ado, I like to use a cashew base. Now I have about 500 grams here of cashews, 300 to 500 grams, and they've been soaking for about 4 hours and they'll be well soaked. Now if you eat cashews raw, most nuts that you eat raw will give you wind because they have enzyme inhibitors within them to protect themselves. So you must soak your nuts. If you soak the cashews, do not use them without soaking them. If you soak the cashews, you will not get wind. Okay? That's why nuts give people wind, because they don't soak. Okay? Now I'm just going to drain these before I put them in the blender and we'll get cracking. These are going to form the base, so we're going to blend the base up first. Kilner jars, this is a Kilner jar, come in really handy. I would advise you at some point to purchase a few Coriander jars, preferably with a seal. These will take boiling water as well. I use them for lots of when I'm doing the nettles. These are some nettles. These are some nettles I did last night, and they'll be ready to be undone today and then put in the fridge. Absolutely beautiful. I'll do a video on nettles another day. I've already done one somewhere. Coriander jars anyway. Absolutely brilliant. Lots of things. So we've got our cashews, and I'm going to blend them up, and I'm going to use some, you can use flaxseed oil, which is more expensive, but you can use cold pressed flaxseed oil or virgin olive oil. Now I've spoke about olive oil and why it's called extra virgin, virgin and olive oil. Okay? Spoke about olive oil in a previous video, so I won't reiterate. You can use flaxseed oil as well. We're going to bind these nuts together now. Mix 3 tablespoons of oil in. Bind our recipe together. There's 3 tablespoons of oil. We're going to add a little bit of water. And we're going to give these cashews a second. You can see I've achieved a nice consistency with the cashews. They've been blended up for about 2 minutes, and I mixed an extra spoon of olive oil in to achieve that consistency there. And now I'll be adding some lemon juice, the juice of a lemon, and I'll be adding the garlic, which you can see I've chopped up. So I'm now going to drop the lemon, juice of 1 lemon. I'm also going to add the garlic. Now I've used 2 cloves of garlic. If you like garlic, being such a superfood, you can use more. We don't want to make it too garlic. That's the beauty of when you make your own sauces, you can make them for your own palate. Right, in the garlic. Right, for the blood, the garlic. Remember, your blood has an electrical charge. The heart is not solely responsible for moving the blood. The blood moves of its own accord, which no one tells you. because it has an electrical charge. Lemons and garlic are fantastic at giving your blood that positive electrical charge. So I've used 2 cloves of garlic here. Like I say, you can use more depending on who you're making the sauce for. And now we're just going to blend that up. And then we'll start adding the coriander and the salt. We add the salt, Himalayan crystal salt, again add the salt to your palate, and now we can start adding the coriander. Slowly add the coriander, keep topping up with little bits of water when required. Don't let your sauce get too thick, because when you put your sauce in the fridge it will thicken up anyway. A lovely consistency and a lovely coriander sauce. Now when we put this in the fridge and cool it down, because the blender makes it a little bit warm, it will get a little bit thicker. Now you can also put chia seeds in here. I just don't have any that have been soaking. But last but not least, half a red onion. Onions and garlic always go together whenever possible because of the high content of sulfur and antimicrobials. Brilliant. There we go. A lovely homemade coriander sauce that is about to get slightly thicker in the fridge. Use within 4 days. I would say, yeah, use within 4 days. It's got garlic, which is fabulous for your heart. If you're not already using garlic, a slap on the wrist for you if you're an heart patient. The biggest medicine you'll ever come across is nature's medicine, and garlic is in the top 5 for your heart and your blood vessels and the state of your blood.